everybody. Uh, hey everybody. So this is a little segment. I guess that's gonna be semi-regular. Every time after I read a book, or when I'm finished reading a book. I guess this will be part of the discussion, maybe. Perhaps I'll think about having it after each reading, but I figured it's a good thing to sort of talk about what it is that I read and give my opinion, my view, just in case any of you are interested in that. Apologies ahead of time if I stammer, if I mumble, or if I do what I just did right now, which is pause for an unfortunate amount of time between words. That's mostly due to my medication that I've been on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication. So that's really fucking nerfed, if that's a good word. Like, annihilated my brain power, and I guess a good word would be mental sharpness. But anyway, getting to the topic at hand, An Appeal to the Young. It was very good. I've actually heard good good reviews from it, and good opinions about it from both people on the libertarian side of socialism, as well as the I don't know if I want to use the word authoritarian, because it's been so misused by anarchist types that I don't know, it's somewhat lost a bit of the meaning. I guess democratic centralist, maybe the tankies, if I want to put it bluntly. But yeah, I've heard good things about it from both sides of the left, and myself, I'm part of the libertarian left, although I am still a Marxist, and I really enjoyed the message that it has, because it has a really almost universal message that anybody on the left, or really anybody who cares about human rights, to be honest, can get behind. Now, that isn't to say that it's without faults, because actually one of the biggest faults and one of the biggest problems that I had while I was reading it was the language. It's definitely a bit dated. It's not as hard and inaccessible as some of the things that Marx wrote, but it's definitely up there with language that's not as current and understandable to someone who doesn't read anything past a certain level. Like, I kind of want to say a certain grade level, but that can really vary across different countries, different regions of the US, even, because education isn't something that's well managed or well controlled here in the US. A lot of it is pretty much given up to private enterprise to basically go to the highest bidder and have them provide the materials. But anyway, not only did I really enjoy the accessibility of the message, but the way that I did it, the way that I published it, I felt was really important because it points to specific sectors of people. And one of the biggest ones, which is really relevant right now during the pandemic, would be the section called To Doctors. And that really, really hits home these days because one of the parts where he talks about this disconnect that happens when one is studying for science and one wants to, hopefully, the reason they go into medicine, they want to help out their fellow man and they want to improve the world around them. But as the world of capitalism that we're trapped in dictates, that's not always the case. And what often ends up happening is that those with the most money or the most means often get treated for their less than urgent needs, while a large part of the population goes without and suffers over and over again, all because things are not distributed in an equal and fair manner. Now, if that doesn't sound like the US right now, then I don't know what the fuck does, because that's us to a T. And that one and to scientists really resonates with the times right now, because they're both focused with this strong disconnect between what you wish to see in the world and what the reality is, thanks to the capitalist system taking control of those interests and basically just making it about selfish enrichment and just the pursuit of the dollar, the pursuit of any sort of money above the necessity for things like a cure for a disease or health treatment, or if we're talking about along the scientific route, some sort of way we can lessen the strain upon different workers or people undergoing different kinds of challenges, whether they be physical, mental, or even something more I guess more tangible, like more tangible and practical, like making sure that the roads or our infrastructure is well taken care of, and that also goes into engineers. But because this material is a bit dated, it's not as all-encompassing for the engineering part. But anyway, it's a really important text that I thoughtfully chose for the very reason that it can appeal to many people, and it's very timely in its message. It's definitely a message that will survive and keep being relevant so long as we live in the unfair and oftentimes disgusting capitalist system, where the only thing that matters is personal enrichment, as opposed to the enrichment of people as a whole. And not so much personal enrichment in the sense that obviously one wants to feel better and one wants to live a decent life, more in terms of personal enrichment for selfish reasons, for holding some sort of position and power over others, to, I guess, have a sense of victory over people that surround one. But anyway, that's my thoughts. If you'd like to discuss this with me, go ahead and leave a comment. We can have a civil discussion in the comment section, and I'd really like some participation from anybody who watches these videos. And I'd also like to thank you guys if you do watch these videos, because it kind of means a good deal to me, because for me, I'm not just saying what I'm doing as something personal. I honestly want to make these readings available in a way that's a lot more accessible than just one huge block of video that that people usually don't want to sit through. I mean, sitting through like an hour, 5 hours of reading one book, that can get pretty tiring, and it seems pretty daunting. I mean, I don't blame the people who do it, but you know, for me personally, it can be a little off-putting to many, especially to me. That's one of the problems that I had with a lot of leftist texts available for free on YouTube. So leave a comment, and if you want to help me out, my Venmo's right there. I could definitely use the new equipment. Hopefully I'll figure out a way to improve my situation without spending much money in the meantime anyway. So thanks. See you guys tomorrow, or whenever it is that I post videos. I've actually been busy playing Oblivion during the times of free time that I have when I'm not busy with something around the house. But I'll make sure to get busy and put out some more stuff. So see you next video, and peace out.